everybody, in this video I have a scrapbook process to share with you for the Thompson's Craft Supplies design team. As I say at the beginning of all these videos, if you haven't seen my design team kit for the month, then I will link that if you want to see like the whole paper pack and all the other things that I am working with. So for this video I am scrapbooking this butterfly picture using the Mintay Dreamer paper pack. This photo I took about a week or so ago. In our front garden we've got quite a large buddleia, or a butterfly bush as some people call it, and it was just covered in butterflies. There was dozens and dozens of them, and I was out there for ages and ages taking pictures of butterflies. So you're probably going to see a fair few butterfly pictures being scrapbooked on my channel in the future because I took many, and this photo that I'm scrapbooking today is one of my favourites because I don't know the different parts of a butterfly, but you can see his little nozzly thing going straight down into the flower to suck up all the nectar, and it's a photo I'm quite proud of, so I printed it really big for this layout. But what I am starting to do here is I've just taken a scrap of cardstock, sprayed it with Distress Oxide in, I think, Wilted Violet Distress Oxide spray. That is, use some droplets of water to get the oxidization reaction, and then stamping this butterfly that was sent in my kit on there, and then later on I'm going to fussy cut those out. I just set those aside to dry for a bit. So I chose this paper, you can see it now, because it has that sort of long window frame right in the middle, and I thought it would be a good size and shape for that long and thin photo. So I'm going to start off working on this layout with doing some stenciling in the background using some Nuvo hybrid inks, using the hybrid inks because they won't react to anything else that I put on the layout. I'm using, what colours are they? Laguna Bay and Spring Heather, and they come in a 3-pack with another colour that I can't remember, but I will link it if you are interested. Using that really pretty sort of lacy damask stencil and a butterfly one as well, because surprisingly enough I'm going to put a lot of butterflies on this layout. I also went around the edges with Distress Oxide in Shaded Lilac, just, you know, so have that nice sort of base. It sort of grounds the layout a little bit with that sky themed background. It was a little bit floaty, and that just sort of helps tie it all together, I suppose. So I just wanted mixed media elements popping out from behind the photo, which is why I've done that stenciling. I've also sprayed on Distress Oxide spray in Victorian Velvet. Then I'm going to do some splatters with that. There is Dilution spray in Rose Quartz, and before that I was using Mr. Huey's in Mary Mary. I don't know if you can get Mr. Huey's spray anymore. It was a Studio Calico thing, but I haven't seen it available in a long time, so don't know if I'll be able to link that. Set that aside to dry for a second so I can back my photo. I'm just going to back it with this really pretty blue and purple and pink floral paper, which I'd already cut into for a bit of fussy cutting, going around the edges with that. And I don't actually remember what colour I used to go around the edges. It might have been the Nuvo purple one again. And then I thought I'd just back it with some vellum to give it like that nice light and floaty texture. And then I ripped one bit of it, and then I was like, oh no, the rip looks way better than the straight edge. So I used the leftover bits of vellum. I think it's actually technically tracing paper, not vellum, but anyways, so I ripped those other bits and stuck those behind, so you still get the ripped effect on all sides of the photo. And then there, you can't see it very well because it sort of blends in a bit with that spray that I put down there, but I'm adding some pink tulle, which was in a previous Thompson's kit, and I've just stuck that down with some, I was about to say Nuvo then, no, not Nuvo, Prima 3D gloss gel, and I've made sure to put the gel like where the photo's going to be, so that's where the tool was stuck down, and then when it comes out from behind the photo it's actually sort of loose. You can't see any adhesive or anything like that. Popping the photo up on foam because, I don't know, I always do that. It just helps the photo pop even more. I mean, it's popping quite a lot because of the really bright colours in it, but just to give it that little extra oomph. And then I wanted to use some of the beautiful paper flowers that I got. I didn't use them in my first layout with this kit, so I really wanted to use them for this one. You can get these as little sort of packs from Thompson's Craft Supplies, rather than like buying a whole pack of blue ones or a whole pack of pink ones or something. Louise is doing like these little grab bags of flowers, so you get a lovely mix, and it's different themes, different amounts. But to give those flowers sort of a base to sit on, I'm getting some of these ephemera pieces from the SCRAPBOOK ephemera pack, which I keep forgetting the name of. It's something morning or morning something. Correct name will be in the description box as always. But anyways, really lovely watercolor flowers in that. So as I said, I'm using those as a base to stick the flowers on. I went around the edges of those with Distress Oxide in sponge sugar, just because they have quite white edges, like quite large white halos. A really loud car or motorbike is going past, sorry about that. Yes, just to, you know, tie them in so the white edges aren't as in your face. I also added some glass pebbles as well, just because I love including these in my mixed media layouts. I have a mix of some clear ones and like some purpley toned ones, all of which I think some are left over from a previous Thompson's kit and other ones I've bought off eBay, and I buy them off eBay as like fishbowl decorations because they're much cheaper that way. Anyways, there you saw me fussy cutting out those butterflies that I'd stamped at the beginning of the video, and I am just popping those around, and also the little fussy cut butterflies that I'd cut from one of the papers from the pack. Once those were down though, I was just like, I need more, especially on that butterfly on the right hand side that was just sort of on its own. So using more bits from the SCRAPBOOK ephemera pack, again around the edges with the spun sugar, and then just popping those down. I just think it helps balance it out a little bit more. It was looking very much like an ephemera cluster here and an ephemera cluster there, like very much, what's the word I'm looking for here? Very sort of structured, I suppose, where I wanted to look a little bit more natural and free. Then I wanted more of those little purple butterflies like fussy cut from the Dreamer paper pack. Cut some more of those and added those, some really little ones as well. And then here I'm going through some of my sticker books, because I have one or two, and finding lots of butterflies to use, because as I said, I wanted butterflies all over the place. I used this Mambi Botanical sticker book as my title, just because I wanted something really subtle that I could just hide in amongst everything else. And I think it says look for beauty or look for the beauty maybe, and I've just hidden that up in the top corner. Added the word delight as well on top of that gold butterfly on the photo. Then I found, this is in the Maggie Holmes sticker book, I think I've added just some little phrase stickers which are mint green with the gold writing on, because I thought actually the mint green would look really nice with all the other colours of this layout. Then I found some more butterflies, so added 3 of those cream and black ones. Again, I thought those would look really nice with the whole thing. So I am very much going with this sort of diagonal shape for the most part, from the bottom left to the top right, but also sort of slightly expanding on that. But that's the basic sort of flow of the layout. This book I'm looking through here now is the Jen Hadfield as well, and then earlier on I was also using the Crate Paper Journal Studio sticker book. I will try and link all of those as well if you are interested. And then splatters, of course, even though I'd added splatters underneath all the photo and embellishments and stuff, I wanted splatters on top as well. So again, I brought out the Victorian Velvet Distress Oxide spray, and then I think, oh, gold highly swapped colour shine, of course, especially because there was gold in that little title. I'd added gold butterflies, so gold splatters felt an obvious thing to do. And then once I've done that, I think I'm just going to finish off with some Nuvo drops. These are the jewel drops that dry sort of translucent. I used the rose water, which are just it's a very pretty pink colour, and I wanted something fairly light and delicate for this. So again, you doing them in that same diagonal left to top right flow pattern, and there we go. That is the layout. So thank you so much for watching. As always, links will be down in the description box. Check out the Thompson's Craft social media links as well. I always have a corresponding blog post. Please leave me a thumbs up if you enjoyed this video. It really helps out my little channel. Chat to me down in the comments. And yes, I'm gonna go. Thank you so much again. Bye bye.